Jade Nichelle here. I just had an incredible spotlight with Dom Smith. It was such a blast, and I just can't wait for you all to see it. So make sure you go to www.visionarymusicfestival.com and yeah, sign up. You'll be able to see him. I think he's just arrived, and so I'm gonna bring him on up on stage. It's gonna be so epic. Sent that invite. Excellent, excellent. I think he's coming in now. So, yes, it was just, I mean, such an epic experience.
Hey,
Dom!
how you doing?
Good, how are you? Good to see you. Long time no
Yeah,
see.
different. Yeah, look, it's been ages. It's been ages, hasn't it?
It's
How
been
you doing?
ages. I'm great. I'm great. Thank you so much again for agreeing to come and just be spotlighted and, just teach all of us and teach singers and artists out there who are just so interested in how to break into the music industry. So I just had a couple more quick questions if I could
Yeah, sure.
just kind of pick your brain a little bit. Awesome. Well, the first thing I did want to know is who are your, let's say, top five musical inspirations?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. That's a really interesting one. Well, I grew up loving bands like The Doors, The Who, obviously, big sort of bands that I grew up with that I admired. Anybody on stage, if anybody sees me on stage, I'm like a different person. I always like the idea of being something completely different to what people see off stage. So you obviously got these performers, these wild performers in like the Doors, the Who. Obviously, like I'm a huge fan of Nine Inch Nails and kind of heavier bands like that. Anybody who's a showman as an artist, as a performer. Um, I'm the kind of guy that'll, I'll go a little bit wild. I'll push myself way beyond, like way beyond probably what I should on stage. So again,
Yes.
any performer that pushes themselves while they're on there to put on a show, people always, I come off. I've bled on stage. I have sweated. I have cried. People are always like, ah, you know. I didn't think you were capable of that, and I love that because no one having cerebral palsy. People are like, whoa, holy, I didn't expect that to come from you, and I love that. I love surprising people. So yeah, again, bands like the Doors, the Who, I grew up loving. Again, my family were hugely into those bands, so I guess those are some musical inspirations for me. I've got so many favorite bands. That I'd be here till, yeah, again, 5 a.m. talking to you. But again, anybody that puts on a show, if you're going to get on stage, and I don't care that I come from a DIY punk background, right? So if you're playing to two people, make those two people love what you do. And I've also played to hundreds of people. Make somebody in the crowd go, what the, you know what I mean, with your
Yes.
with your enthusiasm. And the Who and the Doors, countless other bands
Mm.
would do that as well. Obviously, there's some incredible artists out there. Yeah, in terms of musical inspiration, like I was listening to Kid Cudi earlier. I was such a fan of his work. You know what I mean? Like he has a rock band called Wizard that I go back to.
Mm.
That very few people know about, obviously because of his background in hip hop. So, I love, people look at me and they think you only listen to like, super heavy music, but I listen to all genres and I find inspiration from instrumental stuff. I make my own instrumental music as well as Dom Sith. Take the M out of my name if you want to find that.
Mhm.
Just soundscapes, beautiful soundscapes that people can listen to. So, but again, I love surprising people. That's what I want to do with my time.
Yes, I love it. And I know that you have done so many cool things. You say you want what you do with your time. I'm like thinking of all the amazing projects that you're working on and, the magazine and all the cool things, podcast. Um, I'm just very curious. Where are you headed? What is that vision that, maybe a year from now, 5 years from now, where are you wanting to go or wanting to have or wanting to kind of accomplish here soon?
Well, that's a great question. Yeah, and obviously we talked about this in the spotlight, and hopefully people can enjoy that, when that comes out.
Yes.
But I think for me, it's more popular culture stuff, more around comic books, more about around video games, and more of that, and bringing our philosophy of supporting young people. Soundsphere magazine. Again, you can follow in the links in my bio. Again, we have that with the music industry. We support young people to get into the music industry and stuff like that. So why, I want to now do that with pop culture stuff. For me personally, as a musician, it's getting back out and touring and playing and scaring people, freaking people out on stage, putting that energy into it at some point. I really want to do that. And yeah, that for me, that's the future, is pushing myself in new ways. But again, also practicing self-care. We talked about that in the interview. Obviously, I'm doing lots of work. I can see a couple of people in the chat. Branko, who's a supporter of Gimme A Hull Yeah podcast. So doing more wrestling stuff as well on the Gimme A Hull Yeah podcast, and doing more, because that's constant. That's something that's a passion of mine, a passion project. So in the future, for me, more accessibility as well, more work with WARO, Wobble and Rock here on Instagram, all one word. More accessibility work with them too, because that is my future, is the accessibility stuff, as well as putting my heart and soul into playing music on stage where possible, and trying to support young people and creative communities with Soundsphere magazine, for sure.
It's so fun. We'll be sure to look out for all of those amazing things to come. And we know, it's happening. You're already doing it and doing such great things. And again, all of the links will be in the bio for you to follow Dom and check out the magazine and all the things. And the last little question I wanted to know, what do you think about growing a fan base? How can you support artists in like
That's
knowing how to build a fan base?
That's a great question. Again, diversify. Bands. I had a meeting earlier with an artist, and he was saying, TikTok, as bands now, you have to be on TikTok, you have to be on different parts of social media. So I guess there is a balance here. Again, find your niche. Find your niche. What can you do that's a little different? Get all the platforms. By all means, do some videos. Remember that self-care. Don't overdo it as much. Don't overdo it if you can. But certainly find your USP, what makes you different, as an artist, as a person. Where are you based geographically? That's one. um, what kind of things can you talk about? What is your USP? So again, because of me, because of my cerebral palsy, I talk about disability a lot. I talk about accessibility a lot. Because I'm a wrestling fan, I talk about wrestling a lot. Because I work in alternative music and music, I can talk about indie music. I could talk about rock music. I can talk about heavy metal. I can talk about electronic music, etc. And I have been asked to do talks and public speaking. We didn't talk about that on the interview, but I do get asked to do a lot of public speaking around those things. It has become my thing, So
Yeah.
do good work, all right. So this is the one time I'll swear. I didn't swear, and it won't be a horrible word, but basically, be good at what you do and don't be a dick. That's those are the like two golden rules. Be good at what you do, because people will check you out. We talked about that before, and also be good. Yeah. Be good at what you do, because people will look at your work, but also don't be a dick, because people remember that. And like I said, although it sounds really creepy to say, people are watching you. People are going to be checking out what you're doing. People will know, and they will remember this stuff. So be mindful of that. Be good at what you do, and don't be a dick, for sure. And you will build a fan base steadily, slowly but surely, with good content, vibrant content, like the stuff you're doing, Jade. Your fan base will grow and develop. Just be patient, you know what I mean? But do good work, get excited about it. In the meantime, while your fan base is growing, get excited about it, do good stuff. Because I've interviewed, people that I could only dream of interviewing in my career. I have played in parts of the world I probably have no right playing in, because of my technical ability. I'm not a great technical musician, but I have played in Europe, and I've done European tours, and I've done tours of Asia. So again, good stuff will happen and I'm not, like I said, I'm learning all the time. I've definitely been a dick in the past, but I learn from my experiences. You learn all the time. Just don't be a dick, and be good at what you do, and good things will happen.
Good things will happen. But there you have it, folks. Thank you, Dom. This has been incredible. Again, if you want to watch his full spotlight, just go to www.visionarymusicfestival.com. You'll be able to sign up. You'll be able to, yeah, see his incredible spotlight where he goes even deeper into succeeding in the music industry and his incredible work that he's done in the music industry. So, hope you have a good night slash morning and take care, and we'll
Take
see you
care.
next time.
Yeah, see you soon. Let's do this again. Bye.
Yes, definitely. Absolutely. Good
See ya.
night. Bye. See ya.
Bye.